Hey guys, D-Cell back in the Nerd Cave with part 3 of my 2023 Blu-ray boutique video series. Wow, that's a mouthful. Um, Check out my previous videos. I did one for Arrow and my Vinegar Syndrome collections, so check that one out. I was going to do Scream Factory next, which is here. So it kind of started with Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, and then Scream. But there's just a lot of Scream Factory. I may have as much, if not more, Scream Factory than Vinegar Syndrome, and that video took about an hour. So wanted to switch it up and do a shorter video. So I'll be showing off my Kino Lorber collection, and let's just get started. First up, we'll go with the slipcovers. I have the collection split up between alphabetical with slips and then alphabetical with non-slips, and I have way more non-slips than slips. So let's get started. First one up is a double feature that was originally released by Arrow Video in individual releases. And it's the Abominable Dr. Phibbs and Dr. Phibbs Rises Again with Vincent Price. So two classic films. And I'm not going to, just by habit, I showed the back, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I just want to kind of get through these pretty quickly. But here's that release. Next one up is The Antichrist. Don't know too much about this film. You'll see a lot of these are sealed. I just haven't had the chance to watch these. A lot of them I pick up either at conventions. So this one I picked up at the Diabolic DVD stand at Monster Mania. You always find some good stuff there. And a lot of them are just their sales. Kino has really good sales, as you know, throughout the year. So I pick up a bunch. And the cool thing about it is they have new releases during their sales. So every year I do this. I'll pick up something I really want, and it goes on sale pretty quickly. So I've been trying to hold off on buying stuff brand new if I can help it. Next one up is a TV movie called Ants. Suzanne Summers is in this one. I did it. See, it's just by habit. I'll probably just keep doing it. Next one up, Buried Alive. Let's just do that for the slips, huh? Deep Star 6 with a Sean S. Cunningham film. The Man Who Brought You, Friday the 13th. I do like this one, actually. It's around that time when they had all those underwater movies. Leviathan, I love Leviathan. It's one of my favorites. This is pretty good as well. After Abyss, they all came out with these underwater movies, so that was pretty good. Double feature of FX and FX2. I don't believe I've seen the second one yet, but I have seen the first. I do like those. That is one that I bought like right when it came out, and it was like immediately on one of their sales, but that's fine. This is the only 4K I think I have for Kino. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme in Hard Target. Not my favorite Van Damme movie, directed by John Woo, but I don't know, it's definitely not one of my favorites, but it's still good. Cheesy. Next one up is horror movie New Year's Evil. I believe Scream Factory originally had this as a release, so I had to pick this one up since I didn't have it in the collection. And last for the slip covers is The Night Stalker, great TV movie with the dad from A Christmas Story. He'll always be known as the dad from A Christmas Story. But this is really fun. There is also another one that I have. Unfortunately, I don't have the slip, which drives me crazy. There's also, so they had 2 TV movies, and then they had, I think, 1 season of a TV show. And that is also released by Kino, but the price always fluctuates with that. So I don't have that yet, but I do plan on getting that eventually. So here are my Kino slips. Just kidding, I have more. I have one, two, three, five more, actually. Next one up is a movie with Martin Kove. Martin Kove, as you know, is Sensei Kreese from the Karate Kid movies and Cobra Kai, which I am currently finishing up season 5 right now. And it's Steel Justice. I've not seen it, still sealed. But, with watching Cobra Kai right now, I felt like I had to pick up a Martin Kove film. So another one is Tarantula, The Deadly Cargo. This one and Ants came out, I think, around the same time. I think this is another TV movie. And yeah, there's another one that's about bugs. So it's like 3 movies relating to bugs. This one is not that. This is, well, let me grab that one first so it's all in order. And I'm dropping everything. Terror Out of the Sky. It's a movie about bees, I guess. Killer bees, perhaps. And my wife hates bees, so I'll probably have to make her watch that. Next up, Tarantula. What am I doing? I'm looking at that is why I said Tarantula. Tentacles. Really awesome slipcover on this one. Look at those special features. And last one up, and this is another one that was a Scream Factory release that went out of print. Didn't pick it up. I picked it up for Kino, and it's Without Warning. That's pretty decent cast here, too. Jack Palance, Martin Landau. Decent amount of special features. And that is my slipcover collection for Kino. No more. I think that's all I got. All right, now getting into the non-slips. Again, I got a good amount. I get a ton of these during the sale. The sales are great. A lot of them are under $10, under $15. So I picked them up. And again, a lot of them are still sealed. First one up is Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes' Smarter Brother. Gene Wilder. Had to pick it up. Madeline Kahn. The All-Nighter. This, I remember seeing it back in the day. She is the lead singer. Oh, I didn't mean to touch that. She is the lead singer from the Bangles. And I was a fan of the Bangles back in the day. Walk Like an Egyptian, Manic Monday. So, good stuff. Not the best movie, but not terrible. Just kind of your generic 80s sort of sex comedy. Love this movie, Amazon Women on the Moon. This was like a pre-order pickup for me when it was released. Absolutely love this movie. I remember watching it as a kid a lot. I think it's better than Kentucky Fried Movie. It's very similar, but I think much better. I just really like this one. Backroads. I knew nothing about this. Sally Field, Tommy Lee Jones. It was like $4, $5 on the sale. Like one of their sales, so. George C. Scott in Bank Shot. Again, know nothing about it. As you know, I'll just kind of watch. I watch a lot of the trailers. If a movie looks good, I'll pick it up. Beware the Blob, I think also known as Son of the Blob. So it's the sequel to the original movie. Black Moon Rising. Another one with Tommy Lee Jones. And then Linda Hamilton. I always thought this was Jamie Lee Curtis. It kind of looks like Jamie Lee Curtis, but I guess that's Linda Hamilton. Body Slam. This was way better. My memory of this was way better than it really was, but I'm still glad I have it. So you have Dirk Benedict from the A-Team. You also have Rowdy Piper and Captain Lou Albano. So some classic wrestlers here. So I had to pick that up. Still a pretty good movie, just from watching it as a kid. Next one up, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. I know Kino also has the series you can pick up. Richard Pryor, Bustin' Loose, great film, really funny. I know Cicely Tyson is in it as well. I think she just passed away last year. Richard Pryor had to get it. Next one up, classic Robin Williams film, Tim Robbins, Cadillac Man. Great comedy. Career opportunities with Jennifer Connelly. Had a huge crush on Jennifer Connelly. I mean, who didn't, right? Who doesn't? I mean, she was just in Maverick. She still looks amazing. Um, but yeah, Jennifer Connelly, career opportunities. I remember as a kid, I would have died to be stuck in a Target all night with her. Um, I don't mean to be creepy now. But yeah, great film. I mean, listen, I grew up watching Labyrinth, so. Next one up, Cherry 2000. Another one that was not as good as I remembered. This is like another one I saw back in the day. Watched it again. It's okay. Melanie Griffith. The Couch Trip. Have not seen it, but it has Walter Matthau, and I do like Walter Matthau, so has Dan Aykroyd. DC Cab. Haven't watched it yet, but it's got Mr. T, and it's directed by somebody. Who is this directed by? Yeah, Joel Schumacher. Disorganized Crime. Again, know nothing about this, but it has a pretty good cast. Gotcha. Great 80s flick. I just remember the commercial for this movie back in the day. The song. The Hard Way. Great Michael J. Fox film. James Woods. Haunted Honeymoon. I love this movie. I've grown up with this movie. I wore the tape out. I had it taped off HBO. Then I bought the actual VHS. I think I have it on DVD. I'm not sure. And then I had to pick it up on Blu-ray. I mean, not a lot of people like this movie. It probably flopped, I think. I just love this. Gene Wilder, Gilda Radner, Dom DeLuise, they're fantastic in this. I think it's really funny. I don't think everyone agrees, but if you haven't seen it and you have a chance to, I would recommend it. It's one of those movies, whenever I'm sick, I pop in. It's like my go-tos. Haunted Honeymoon, um, Labyrinth is another one, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. If I'm feeling like shit, I throw those movies in. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Haven't opened it yet, but I've seen it a bunch of times, so I had to pick this up. Really funny movie. Killdozer. Have not watched it yet. The Last of the Finest. Again, another one I haven't seen. I'm just going to stop saying it because I want to say the majority of these I haven't seen. But it's, great cast. Joey Pants, Bill Paxton, ton of good people. Brian Dennehy. And that was probably like $5-6 during a sale. My Science Project. Again, another one I saw back in the day when I was a kid. I just don't remember anything about it. Haven't watched it yet. The Night Strangler. Again, this is the second TV movie, and I'm so mad. I picked this up. I think I got it on Amazon. Didn't come with a slip. Afterwards, I went to the archive where, this, I guess, where Vinegar Syndrome is located. And the guy right next to me found it with a slip and grabbed it. I was like, what are the chances? So I never picked it up with a slip. But Night Strangler, this is a good one too. Just a fun TV movie from the 70s. Nightmare Beach with John Saxon. One Good Cop. Still sealed, but I do remember watching this back in the day on HBO a lot. Okay, let's move this over. Once Upon a Crime. Great cast: John Candy, James Belushi, Sybil Shepherd, ton of good people. Oscar, how to get that? Sylvester Stallone. The Pit, haven't watched it yet. I've seen reviews on it. I've watched some videos about it. Heard so things, but again, it was probably under $10. Double feature: Porky's 2 and Porky's Revenge. I don't have the first one. I need to pick that up. Rawhead Rex. I've heard awful things about this. Written by Clive Barker, so I definitely want to check it out. Did this come out in 4K? I know a steelbook came out for this as well, and it's pretty cheap, but I wasn't going to double dip on this one. Another one that I absolutely love: James Belushi, the great John Ritter. Love John Ritter. Real Men. Love this movie. Another one that I will throw in whenever I'm sick. When I had COVID, and these are like the movies that I watched: Real Men, Haunted Honeymoon, all that stuff. Amazon Women from the Moon. Really like this movie. One of my favorites. Really stupid premise. Like, really stupid premise. They have to deliver some package to aliens or something. It's just funny though. Space Camp, watched this a ton on HBO as a kid. Star Crystal, no idea, but it was cheap sci-fi movie from the 80s. Can't go wrong. The Sting 2, I remember watching this back in the day. Don't remember anything about it, but I have the first Sting, so I had to get the second. Taking Care of Business, another James Belushi film with Charles Grodin. They're Playing with Fire, a classic Sybil Danning film. I have watched this, and it's not bad. Up the Creek. I think I've seen this before. V.I. Warshawski, probably messing that up. I remember another one from back in the day watching on HBO. Kathleen Turner in her prime. The Wildlife, I remember seeing this a ton back in the 80s. It's like your quintessential 80s cast. Another Gene Wilder, The Woman in Red. Charles Grodin is in this as well. Gilda Radner. I mean, great movie, really funny. A Bay of Blood. So this is a Kino release. I keep this kind of at the end because it's not like a Kino Studio Classic release. It's what is this? A Kino Presents, or I don't know what it is, but A Bay of Blood. And Rhinoceros. Don't know anything about this, but it's another Gene Wilder, so I had to get it. All right, so here's my Kino collection. Let me know in the comments below. Do you pick up Kino? How big is your collection? What are your favorites? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see you guys in the Nerd Cave.